Okay, now I've flipped over the brisket. Pretty much going to do the same thing. So again, we just splash the Worcestershire sauce on here. So this side's a little bit easier because you don't have the decal from the point end on this end. The decal's kind of here, which I've trimmed a lot of the fat off already. So again, you can actually rub this around because this isn't like seasoning it. You just basically putting that binder on there. It probably does add a little bit of flavour to it, but again, I'm not really doing it for the purpose of flavour. This is why we use the seasonings. So again, just some of this holy cow meat church rub that we're just going to apply like this. It looks like there's quite a lot of seasoning on here, but however, this is a big brisket, and brisket can actually take to a lot of seasoning. So don't be afraid to use a bit of seasoning. I mean, I was right when I said don't overdo it, so it's just a big thick crust. But you know, as long as you got it evenly, you can certainly, you know, like here for example, when you get it to the point where effectively the meat's now another colour, it's no longer red, that's probably enough of the seasoning. And again, we'll just put some of the hardcore carnivore black on there as well. So we just sprinkle it over like so. I probably won't even need my other rub I've got there of the same stuff. I think there's going to be plenty on there. And again, with rubs you have to be careful because some rubs are obviously hotter and more peppery than others, and depends who it is you're cooking for. Like, I know my wife doesn't like a real strong pepper flavour. So, well, I've got other friends that do. So, you know, it really depends who you're cooking for as to what rubs you want to use. I know in competition I've seen people actually inject. They inject beef broth and phosphate mixtures and all sorts of stuff. I personally don't do that. I've even got an injection kit I bought when I first bought my smoker, and I've never used it. I've never personally found the need to inject. One day I might try it. I know they do it for competitions, but this isn't competition. This is kind of backyard barbecuing and you know, making meat that everyone enjoys and tastes. And yeah, competition, basically the difference is competitions will sauce the absolute hell out of meat. It's quite often they'll inject a lot. The difference is they want to have a one bite. So the judges are going to just take one bite of the meat and they want that flavour to absolutely like pop in their mouth, because they're only going to give you one bite normally to actually judge whether you're a good barbecue person or not, or if you're going to win something. So but this isn't the case with home barbecuing. So you don't want to over flavour the meat. Okay, so that's done. Now we're just going to put blood wrap on it. We're going to put it in the fridge. And yeah, this is now just going to sit there until it's ready to get on the smoker a bit later tonight. Okay, thank you.